Hello, friends. Welcome to the 20th day of Journey to the True Path. We have been learning beautiful concepts from great masters all these days. Isn't it a joy to be in this path, to unlearn and learn many secrets and new things? I'm sure many of us are undergoing healing too during the meditation sessions. To give us more insights on joy and healing today, an adorable speaker, Parinitha Patri ma'am, is here with us. Parinitha Patri learned meditation from her father, Brahmarshi Patriji. She has been meditating since the age 4. She has conducted various workshops and meditation classes around the globe. Her vision is to spread meditation, spread more awareness about plant-based food, and bring spiritual empowerment to all humanity. She says we all have the power to change the world. She is also founder of Swag Movement. Swag is the global initiative to spread awareness and take action to save Mother Nature by saving and utilizing our natural resources economically and wisely and planting more trees. Without delay, I welcome Parinitha Patri ma'am. Please take over.
Hello everyone, namaste. A lovely morning and evening wherever you are. Thank you so much, my dear friends. A beautiful day, a beautiful learning for all beautiful souls. I'm so happy to see you all today. Such beautiful, amazing people, such beautiful smiles. Thank you so much for being there. And PSSM USA has been doing tremendously great work in spreading the wisdom of various masters. My dear friends, my name is Parinitha and I'm from India. And thank you, Harika, for the lovely introduction. Thank you. And thank you, Sirisha, for organizing this and the entire PSSM USA team. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So today, my dear friends, what are we ready to learn for? What are we ready to learn? Sirisha just told me yesterday that this particular topic has never been covered in JTTP. So here we are learning how to be joyful and how to heal ourselves through joy. That is the whole topic over here. And today we are going to learn about joy and healing. So let's put on our joyful self in front. And if you are not joyful, I'm sure there'll be a little addition of joy in you after the session. So without any further delay, I'll start the presentation, which I prepared just for you, especially exclusively for you. So here, I'll just share the presentation, my dear friends. Okay, are you all able to see the presentation? Right, done. Okay, so now we are going to learn about joy and healing. I'll just hide this one. Okay. Okay, this one particular one has been accepted from a book called Joy and Healing, written by Torquem Serradarian. So if you want to learn more, I'm just going to take you through a little bit of what he has said in the book, and you can read the book if you want more info, exercises and everything else. So a beautiful quote. Butterfly, butterfly, I love you. I love your coat. I love your colors. Thank you for sharing your beauty with me. How beautiful is a butterfly? Everyone becomes a butterfly coming through the caterpillar stages. And though you're a butterfly or you're a caterpillar, we always need to cherish the beauty that everybody has inherent in them, isn't it? So with that beautiful poem, we are going to start this session. The miracle of joy. So my dear friends, I would like to ask you, if you can, please bring a pen and paper, or if you would like to take screenshots, that is also well and good, because you might be able to benefit a lot through writing it down rather than listening. But if you think that listening will help you more, you can just listen, not a problem. But I would suggest writing down the points if you want to, if you can. So my dear friends, miracles of joy. So what is joy? Okay, firstly, we need to define joy. Joy is a state of beingness in which your consciousness is not conditioned by the environment or by the thoughts, emotions, and activities going on in your environment. Joy is a state of beingness in which no one and nothing can limit your love and sense of unity. And joy is a state of beingness in which you energize yourself in your environment, all that is beautiful, good, and righteous. There are 12 miracles of joy, my dear friends. These are 3. If you can take a screenshot. There are 12 miracles of joy. Let us define joy first of all. Let us define what joy is. Then we can go ahead with the rest of the topics. All right. Now let's come to the next 3. Joy, the miracles of joy. Joy is a state of beingness in which you attract forces of inspiration, abundance, harmony, and vitality. Joy is a state of beingness in which you expand your consciousness towards higher and lower kingdoms and establish constructive and creative communications with them. And joy is a state of beingness in which no feeling of separatism, no thought to create cleavages, and no awareness of loneliness exist. Joy is not something you get. Joy is a state of beingness. You are joy. You are being joy. That is what is joy all about, my dear friends. Joy is a state of beingness. You don't have joy. You don't get joy. You are joy. You become joy. So that is what joy is. Then we have the next 3 miracles of joy. Joy is a state of beingness in which you feel that you're one with the one self, manifesting in all various forms of life in the universe. Joy is a state of beingness in which you develop patience, perseverance, endurance, and changelessness of spirit. And then joy is a state of beingness in which you develop an increasing sense of responsibility, a sense of righteousness, and a sense of practical involvement with life in general. Sense of responsibility, my dear friends. You're joyfully responsible. And we will understand why it's a responsibility in the further topics. Then, joy is a state of beingness in which a treasury opens its doors and hidden talents, precious memories, and past wisdom and attainments flow into your conscious mind. Joy is a state of beingness in which your physical, emotional, mental natures go through a process of integration and alignment. And joy is a state of beingness in which all evil currents in you are arrested. All attacks of dark forces are repulsed. A shield is built around you and the watchman in you is alert. That is joy. Joy is your antivirus. If you are joy, nothing can attack you. You won't be sad or depressed, or you will never go low ever again if you are joy. I will not say if you have joy. I will say if you are joy. And those are the miracles of joy, my dear friends, and the various appearances of joy. How does joy appear in our life? How are joyful people like? The joyful people are radiant in their eyes and face. They have sharp thinking. They have alertness and sensitiveness. They have vitality, punctuality, health, lovingness, diligence, openness and freedom, and cooperativeness. If you have all these 10 qualities, then you are a joyful person. If any of these are missing, then this class is for you. Then this class is for you. So these are the appearances of joy, my dear friends. Just check yourself. Do you have all of these? Are there any missing links? What is happening with me? Why am I low in joy? Okay. So the energy of joy is regenerating, purifying, dispersing, expanding, linking, and unfolding. And harmonizing joy is the energy of transmutation, transformation, and transfiguration. We take joy so granted. We say that we think that joy has no role to play in our spiritual development or evolution, but joy is the state of beingness in which we do all these things. That is the energy of joy. You literally transfigure yourself, my dear friends. And we'll understand this more in detail. So, what is joy actually? What is joy actually? A question which everyone might ask. You might have that question in your mind. So, what is joy actually? So, to answer this question, we must go to the Upanishads, where it says, Tatvamasi, self is joy. So, when a ray of bliss finds a mechanism in which it can still manifest its beauty, glory, and wisdom, we say that bliss has manifested as joy. In other words, when the ray of bliss comes in contact with a highly organized mechanism, it expresses itself as joy. We need to understand joy in its right perspective. Then only we can say that I am joy or you are joy. So in this ray of joy that reveals the will and direction of the Creator, my dear friends. And this means that those who have joy, those who live in joy and share their joy with others, those who try to make people joyful have direction, and the divine will operates in them in the light of wisdom. And you will realize your purpose of life as your joy increases in you more clearly than ever. And man walks in light and the friend of the source of, as the friend of the source of bliss. So are you ready to walk in light? First of all, we need to realize that we are light. We are forgetting that sometimes. You are light. So joy is, okay, I think I went back. Okay, the 7 qualities of joy. You might be able to write it down, at least the headings of it, so that you remember these things. What are the 7 qualities of joy? Joy is a regenerative energy. It regenerates your whole physical, emotional, and mental system. When you feel a little weak, start thinking about joy and you will see what happens. I want you to think about a moment, a very, very deep, depressing moment where you felt very sad. When you remember such instances, immediately bring joy into your mind, into your memories. Immediately take yourself out of those bitter memories and bring joy to yourself. And you will experience that there's a great joy in you that can overcome this state of depression or sadness. That's when it is very, very important to master your physical, emotional, and mental systems, your physical natures, mental natures, and emotional natures. Then the second quality of joy is a purifying energy. It purifies your mind, your emotions, and your body. Have you noticed that people often gossip when they are depressed, negative, or unhealthy, or when they have complications in their lives? You don't have to raise hands, but how many of us gossip? You don't have to raise hands. Now you know why you gossip. So have you ever seen a joyful person who gossips? When people are joyful, they do not want to hear gossip. They often say to the gossiper, "It's not a problem, I love him." An elevated state of consciousness does not like to hear gossip or gossip himself. So then you will know, the next time you gossip, you will know whether you're joyful or not. As simple as that. The third quality of joy. Joy disperses your cloudy mental, emotional, and physical atmosphere. It disperses your worries, anxieties, grief, greed, and so on. Just as the sun disperses the clouds and you have a sunny day. The inner sun, the inner divinity within you, whose nature is bliss, disperses the clouds. Is our mind foggy now? Is our mind cloudy now? Aren't we able to see the joy or the beauty of anything that is around us? The moon is always there. But as long as the clouds are in between, you cannot see the beauty of moon. Joy disperses those clouds so that you can see the beauty of moon. You can cherish the beauty. Joy disperses, my dear friends. Then the fourth quality. The teaching of the ageless wisdom brings joy to people because it pulls out their souls from the common life in which they are attached to transient objects of pleasure. Objects of pleasure do not bring joy. They bring temporary happiness. We think that it is joy. No, it's not. I'm sorry. On the other hand, some people see a mysterious phenomenon. They see that they go deeper into the ageless wisdom. Their lives enter turbulence in which, instead of depression, their joy increases. The reason for this is that the teaching pulls out all hidden suppressions and releases them onto the surface of your life. Joy is sometimes called the life book of conquerors. Observe how the outer structure of your old life is wiped away and see that it is because of the removal of the old structure that your inner beauty emerges triumphant in the great joy. Before you remove the old structure of yourself, first of all, ask yourself, are you ready to let go of it? Are you ready to let go of your old self? Only when you're ready and accept that, yes, I am willing to let go of the old self, then will the new energy be able to enter. Otherwise, no, there's no chance. Whatever you may do, the resistance inside will not allow joy to enter into your life. Because pain has become your comfort zone. Suffering has become your comfort zone. You do not want to get out of it. You don't want to let go of your pain and suffering. That's a resistance. Then we come to the fifth quality of joy. Joy expands your energy field. It expands your positive emotions. When you're joyful, you jump and hug others. What do you do when you see people around you? What do you do when you see strangers? What do you do when your friends come home? Okay, they have come. Now what do I have to do? When you do not have joy, you sit there like a sack of potatoes. Okay? Joy expands your mind and creative abilities. And when you're joyful, you create the best dance, the best painting, the best music. And if you're grieved, your creative mechanism is paralyzed. If you're going to give a lecture, do not let anyone give you bad news just before you speak. Okay? When you receive bad news, your balloon becomes like a flat earth. And ask someone to tell you something very beautiful. Then when you start to lecture, you will see how your lecture will improve. I'm sure this everyone has experienced when they're about to do something, if they receive bad news, how it lowers their energies. Then you must have 3 or 4 people around you who keep you in good humor before you perform. Then you will see how you'll bloom. That's why I always say, what kind of people are surrounding you? What kind of people do you surround yourself with? That is the most important thing. It's not what you're doing is definitely important. That is 50% of the job. But surrounding yourself with the right people is the most important thing. Once there was a young girl who was a very talented violinist. Whenever she would start to practice, her mother would say, "Oh my gosh, again, the violin, please." And the whole family used to tell her when she started to practice, keep it short. Eventually, they killed the talent. She needed 3 or 4 hopeful, joyful people near her, encouraging her, instead of wishing they did not have to listen to her. Joy expands your consciousness. And expansion of consciousness is very important because you're equal to your consciousness. If you yourself find discouraging others, observe yourself, stop yourself. Help others expand their consciousness. Help others bloom. Then you will bloom. Expansion of consciousness, my dear friends, that's very, very vital. Joy expands your consciousness and understanding. Joy encourages. Gloom discourages. Gloom develops jealousy and discouragement. If you're dancing, gloom says, "So what? It's not good. Other people can do better than you." This is the psychology of the opposite of joy, and it can be seen everywhere, within you and outside of you as well. I want every one of you to dance today. Really dance today. Like, put on a hip song, dance, stop judging yourself. Don't allow others to judge you. Just do whatever crazy or weird things you want. Just go and dance. Allow joy inside you to come. Allow joy. Let go of the old self. You know, that's the best part. Then the 6th point, energy of joy makes things unfold, and you can cause unfoldment, development, and expansion in people through joy. When you become joy, you help others unfold themselves, isn't it? That's the best part. That's how you help others, my dear friends. That's how you help others. I have 2 examples. On one side, there is a person who is sad, depressed, who is crying, who is in pain and suffering. And on the other side, there's a joyful person. Whom would you want to go to? You go to the joyful person and become joy and try to unfold the joyful person who is in depression. You help yourself first, and then you start helping others. And the last quality of joy is a burning energy. It burns impurities in your physical, emotional, and mental system. A sage said, humanity until now has lived a life of suffering and pain, but God is sending new messengers who, instead of preaching and talking about suffering, pain, and crucifixion, will talk about joy, happiness, bliss, and resurrection. Joy is a burning energy. It burns out. Are you ready to be burnt? As they say, stars don't shine, they burn. Because they burn, they are able to give light to all of us. They're able to shine because they're burning. Not because they're bright, because they're burning. So we need to be ready to burn all the impurities. We might think about ourselves as angels, as persons who have fallen above from heaven, but try to see yourself exactly as you are. Try to see the impurities within you. Try to see the exact person that you are. Then you will be able to know what to burn and what to keep. Then how do we increase our joy? How do we increase our joy? Now that we know what joy is all about and what are the qualities of joy, now how do we increase our joy? When you do a service for someone without expectation, you increase your joy. Please write down these points, my dear friends. These are very, very important for your evolution, for the learning that you have to do. What increases our joy is what we need, what we are learning right now. When you do a service for someone without expectation, you increase your joy. Giving, not taking, increases your joy. Taking increases your happiness, but it does not increase your joy. There's a difference between happiness and joy, my dear friends. Acquiring everything gives you happiness, but giving gives you joy. What a wonderful concept this is. And without expectation, that too. And give something and you will see how your joy increases. The most miserable people are those who are greedy. Greed is when you have and have and have until you're suffering with the pain and fearfulness, hatefulness, separativeness. Start giving and you will increase your joy. Experiment it. Don't believe anything that is being said here. I'm not asking you to believe anything that is being said here. I'm just an informer who's passing on the wisdom that is given by a great author to you. As simple as that. I'm just a messenger. Start giving, my dear friends, and you will increase your joy. Let us all just say the word joy. Just joy. Loudly, like joy. I am joyful. I am a joyful person. I am joy. See the kind of smile that brings upon our faces. I am joy. I am a joyful person. I'm very, very, very joyful. What a wonderful feeling this is. Just sink in that moment that you have, the joy. You're not happy, you're joyful. There are 3 stages. One is happiness, next is joy, and the next one is bliss. We know how to be happy. We know that when we buy something, we are happy. We know that when we eat something, we are happy. But then what about joy? The next level, we will understand about bliss. First, let's understand joy. Let's go step by step. There's no hurry. And one day, an 82-year-old woman gave $200 million to scientific research. And after he had given the money, he said, I feel joyful for the first time in my life. This was good, but do not wait until you're 82 years old to start giving. Please. Okay? Start helping others today and give and serve people. You will increase your joy. Don't wait for the perfect moment, or don't wait for anything. Just start giving right now, here, in this moment. And this is all you have right now. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Who knows whether I'll be alive or dead? Who knows? This is the moment of giving joy to others. The kitchen was so dirty and chaotic. Once upon a time, one kitchen. A man said to the woman, don't you clean your kitchen? She said, no, let my husband bring a servant, she said. Oh, he thought, that is the source of the unhappiness. They were each waiting to be served by the other. He went into the other room and told the man, if you want to save yourself, start cleaning the house and show her how much you can give. It worked. And 1 month later, the woman said, I guess that I must clean the house, not my husband. Ah, he said, things are going to better and better now. They are still together. Okay? And serve your husband, serve your wife, and you will bring happiness to your home. We can see that joy is the most effective energy that changes our lives individually, in the family, and in the group. Serve each other in the group, my dear friends. Your family is a group. PSSM USA is a group. PMC is a group. We are all group. Serve each other in the group, my dear friends. And that is only when joy will be in existence in your group. Otherwise, there's no chance. And joy put things in the right condition. And in these right conditions, you will feel happy, joyful, and sometimes blissful. And it is time now to increase joy, which is the opposite of depression, pain, and ugliness, so that you balance and overcome the negativity and begin a new life in joy. I am playing the role of an alarm clock in your life right now, my dear friends. And I'm buzzing. It is time now to increase your joy. Enough of depression, pain, suffering. The time, they say time out in America. Time out. Give a time out. Your time is done. Time out. Bliss, joy, and happiness exist within you. You do not have to search outside for them. For example, you may say, I want to be happy, so I will desire an expensive car, a palace, $1 million. Oh my God, the list never ends. Day and night, you desire the things which you think will make you happy. You go through stress and strain and then have a heart attack and die. All along, you're not happy. All along, you're not joyful. This is not the happiness that we are referring to. Happiness is an inner condition, an inner state of consciousness, an inner feeling. Let us say that you do not have much money, but when you look at the beauty of flowers and appreciate the beauty of nature, you will feel happy and joyful. Just observe how much time you spend on what. That will make you understand whether you're happy and joyful or not. On what thoughts do you spend most time with? What thoughts occupy your mind more? What actions does occupy your time more? What do you talk about more? Then you will understand where you stand in terms of joy and happiness. When was the last time you were in nature with trees, hugging trees, being in nature, communicating with plants and trees, with water, with fire, gazing at the stars, enjoying the beauty of the moon? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time? Why did we stop doing that? Let's start doing it from today, my dear friends. Just go to your terrace, lay down, and just gaze at the stars. See how wonderful you feel. So much of joy comes and fills in your heart. And happiness and joy and bliss are within you. The only thing that you need to do is to bring them out and manifest them. Searching for joy, happiness, and bliss outside of yourself leads you totally in the wrong direction. Don't look for it. That is a wrong direction. Release your true self and you will be flooded with joy and bliss and happiness. Don't search for it. Don't look for it. You already have the treasure within you. Where are you searching? You're searching for treasure in the wrong places. Now let's study the ways you can increase your joy. The first way that you can increase your joy, happiness, and bliss is to do sacrificial service for others. First point. The greatest sacrificial people such as Christ, Buddha, Krishna, or Confucius, or Lao Tzu always suffered. But they were at the same time joyful. Are you joyful in your suffering? Are you joyful in your suffering? What was their secret? Through their sacrificial service, they released the inner core and flooded their systems with the energies of that inner core, the inner self, the inner divinity, the inner source of creativity. We all have a dam constructed within ourselves. We just have to lift up the dam. We don't allow joy in our life because we think we don't deserve it, or we think that joy is not coming to us. We are the ones who are stopping joy. We are the ones. Nobody else is responsible for it. We can't blame anyone else not to have a joyful life. An artist feels very happy when he creates because he releases the creative joy that is within himself. Joy must be looked for inside oneself only and only and only and only and only. Period. No one can bring you joy. They may bring you happiness, but they can't bring you joy. The second way to increase your happiness is striving toward beauty. Will increase your happiness, joy, and bliss. Striving toward beauty is a state of consciousness, a state of awareness, and a state of appreciation and enjoyment of life that's releasing the joy within you. What are you striving for? Are you striving for name, fame, glamour, money? Vanity, ego, hating everyone on the way, gossiping about everyone on the way? What are you doing? What are you striving for? Are we lost? Are we really lost? Are we really so influenced by things going around us that we forget what we have to do, that we forget what we actually have to strive for? Everyone is running around something or the other. And they make you also run behind that because you believe that everyone is doing right. And I'm the one who's doing wrong by not running behind it. Everybody's giving lectures, so I have to give lectures. Everybody's doing that, so I have to do that because everybody's doing it. And I'll be left out if I don't do that. What are you striving for? What are you working for? What are you laboring for? Anytime you're a little depressed or down, my dear friends, think something beautiful and you will see what will happen. The joy will increase and overcome the unhappiness that you have. And when you have any difficulty that is coming, do not face it with anger, hatred, and revenge. First, become joyful. You have somebody who has come and entered at your home, whom you hate so much, whom you resent so much. What happens within you immediately? Your breath becomes shorter. You feel suffocated. You feel uncomfortable. And the trick here is your breath. Whenever you feel a moment of fear, whenever you feel a moment of hatred or jealousy or animosity, everything, just do this simple trick. Observe your breath. It becomes very short. It's almost as if you're dead. Just imagine how you breathe when you're joyful. It's like, ha. That is being alive. Be alive. Bring joy into yourself. And then you relate to that person. Remember one thing. You need to help everyone unfold. No matter how they treated you earlier, no matter what they were in the earlier stages, you need to help them unfold themselves. You need to help them bloom. So that the poison which is there inside them does not affect anyone else. Help them bloom and unfold. That is what joy does. You will do the opposite if you do not have joy. As simple as that. It's either black or white. There's no gray area over here. I'm sorry. I'm not here to make you happy. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No, I won't say that. It's not okay. Then, friends of the great Mughal ruler, King Akbar, said to him one day, King Akbar, we found two very sneaky rattlesnake enemies for you. He replied, "Oh, I'm so happy. Now I have an opportunity to demonstrate my greatest creative powers to overcome those enemies." By declaring this, he had already overcome the obstacles. What do you do in such a situation? What do you do? He found a very nice opportunity to express his joy, to let his joy unfold others, expand their consciousness. What do we do? The first step in striving towards victory is joyful acceptance that there are problems to be solved. Then, because you have the confidence to solve them, you will be joyful that there are problems that you have the opportunity to prove your ability to solve them. Isn't this wonderful? This will slightly, from now on, change the way you relate to others. And as you practice joy more and more, you will be relating to everyone with joy. No matter who they are, what they have been, nothing matters. You will help everyone unfold. You will help everyone bloom. And then the next way. Striving towards synthesis is the third way to increase your happiness, joy, and bliss. And striving towards synthesis means to take many, many things that are not related and build a whole concept or a unit out of them. For example, you conduct a meditation session to new people. They are so different. They're not related at all. But you bring them to unity by teaching them meditation, by making them meditate. Similarly, a family, similarly, a group. You bring them together. That is called synthesis. Synthesis will bring joy, my dear friends. If there's no synthesis, there will be no joy. Absolutely. There is no gray area. For example, 3 opinions are totally different. Can you relate them in any way, in a way that makes sense together and offer the solution for the problem? If you do this, you will see how much joy will come and flow from your inner core. And Christ said something very mysterious. Blessed are the peacemakers. Peace is the secret of bringing 2 opposing and contradictory things into harmony. When you are peaceful, there are no conflicting parts in you. Just let this wisdom sink in. Have you ever faced such conflicts in your life? In your group, in your family, within yourself? And how did you deal with that? Now, how are you going to deal with it? It makes a lot of difference. That's why I say knowledge is power. But knowledge is useless unless it is adapted into our life, unless it is assimilated into our life. But knowledge is power. And through increasing the joy of others, you increase your own joy. Make others happy and you will be happy. Do not make yourself happy at the expense of others' happiness. Do not make yourself happy at the expense of others' happiness. Underlined, bold statement. Do not base your happiness on your money, positions, and possessions, but let the foundations of your happiness and joy be your inner core. Give more joy to others and you will be more joyful. It's like, oh, I am joy, but I don't want to give to others. What is light? Light is a result of contact between joy and matter. When joy has contact with your body, it creates happiness. When it comes into contact with your mental body, it creates light. What is light? We say that I am light, you are light, there is light there is light in me. What is light? Light is a result of contact between joy and matter. I'm repeating this sentence. This is very important. When joy has contact with your body, it creates happiness. When it comes into contact with your mental body, it creates light. So then, are you targeting for happiness or joy is what you have to choose. When you are joy, you'll automatically be happy. When you're blissful, you'll all automatically be joyful and happy. So what are you targeting at? What do you want? Write this question in very big letters in your diary or paper or whatever. What do I want? And answer that question. And you're going to awaken the giant sleeping within you. And this giant is joy, and it cannot be released as long as you're begging joy from outside sources. You're begging for joy. Nobody's going to give you joy there. Lose that thought, lose that hope. Always remember that joy increases when you give it to others. And you can give joy by expanding the consciousness of people, or rendering a good service for them, or elevating their spirits through wisdom and the teaching. I'm doing my bit in expanding your consciousness or bringing joy to you. I'm doing my small bit. And once Christ was approached by his disciples who said, Master, when you pass away, don't forget us because we want to become generals and statesmen in your kingdom. Christ said, in my kingdom, I will remember you because he is king. God is king, and he will remember the disciples. And then he said, the kingdom of God is within you. He meant that the king is within you. If you want to be a king, search for him. Joy is within you. This is what we must realize. The king is within you. You are the king. You are the king. You are the king. Then, what are the hindrances to joy? Oh my God. What can stop me from being joy, becoming joy? What are the hindrances to joy? Knowing about this is also important so that we avoid them. Just like as this guy is avoiding all those hurdles and jumping into the mountain, going up ahead, running with joy. What are the hindrances to joy now? First one is separatism. Oh, I know about this. Okay. You know about this, but what did you do about it? Separatism creates hindrances to joy. If you're separative, you are against God. Whenever you're separative, joy disappears from you. When you're really joyful, start gossiping and see how you will see how your unhappy your heart will be. Observe your heart. When you're joyful, steal something and you will be unhappy. When you're joyful, do something unrighteous and you will see the joy evaporating from your heart. If you unify and synthesize people, your joy will increase. If you divide people, your joy disappears. Separatism is harmful for yourself and others. If you divide people and you get happiness out of it, but what about your heart? You will take your revenge. You'll bring the sadistic parts of you by dividing people. What about your joy? What about your heart? What are you striving for? Are you here to divide people? Or unify them? What are you doing? What do you want? What are you striving for? Separatism is a hindrance for joy. Vanity. Next one is vanity. Vanity is a hindrance. Because vanity works against your joy. Vanity is a labor to build a false image within yourself. And vanity is the assumption that you have lots of things which you do not have. You know lots of things which you do not know. And that you can do many things which you cannot do. Vanity works against joy. For example, if you have preconceived ideas and superstitions, or if you're brainwashed, you will not want to change yourself and orient yourself to reality. In such a case, joy will not abide within you. But if you see yourself as you are, if you see yourself as you are, my dear friends, I'll stress you out. If you see yourself as you are, and if you can expand your consciousness to see reality and try to improve yourself, your joy will increase. A person is vain if he shows himself as something which he is not. Why do we do that? What do we get out of it? What is the purpose of being vain? Why? Why do we show off to people? Why? I'm asking you why. Put this question to yourself. Why do I behave or talk in a way that I'm not? Why? Why do I pose myself as someone that I'm not? Why? The next one is ego. The ego is against joy. The ego says, I am important, you're not. Everyone must worship me. I am the most important person. Oh God, seriously? The ego is very touchy, and if anyone touches your ego, it aches, it bleeds, it hurts, it pains. Leave the ego alone because it blocks the flow of bliss energy. Now, do you have ego? You can answer this question to yourself. You don't have to answer me or anyone else. Ego is against joy.
Joy?
Okay, just a second. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Ego. That is the third hindrance to joy. Then the fourth one is pretension. Pretension is a hindrance to the flow of joy and bliss. Pretension means to pretend that you're something which you're not. When you do this, you feel contradictory waves within yourself, fighting against each other. Your conscience says you're not, while your mind fabricates. You are. This creates cleavages within you, and you cannot have joy when you're divided within yourself. In your house, you're so depressed, you're so sad, you sit in your room, you just sulk in your aloneness, in your loneliness. But when someone comes, you're like, hey, I'm so happy to meet you. Oh my God, you're not that. We do this often, isn't it? That's why everybody's smiling. And once the person or the group of your friends or everyone goes away, you go back and sulk into your room. Like, what are you really? Why do we pretend? When I ask this question, okay, I have this particular question that I ask, and I get the same answer from every person. Now, what is that question? How are you? I can vouch for it that I'll get the same answer from everyone. 3 words. I am fine. Now, are you pretending that you're really fine or not? Nobody says I am not fine. Nobody will say that. Why should the other person know that I'm not fine? Now I'm asking you again, how are you? How are you? See? One simple question, and we can pretend a lot. Pretension is a hindrance to the flow of joy and bliss, my dear friends. Don't pretend. If you're happy, be happy. Don't pretend. What is there to pretend? Why do we have to show? What do you want to show to others? Remind yourself that it's okay to be vulnerable. Remind yourself that it is okay to be down sometimes. It is okay. You don't always have to say, I'm fine. It's a universally, uniform answer. I'm fine. Then the fifth one, my dear friends, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is the worst enemy of joy. Hypocrites are the most unhappy people. You will know if you are a hypocrite. Of course, everyone has some degree of hypocrisy in him, but we must try to overcome it. In the teaching, hypocrisy is condemned as a great obstacle that leaves man deprived of having contact with the higher worlds. No matter how many books you read, how much meditation you do, if you have hypocrisy in you, no entry there. I'm sorry. Go back. Remove yourself from all the impurities and then come back. We will let you enter. Hypocrisy is a form of acting, imitating, and pretending. And such efforts build a barrier between the person and the world of joy. This barrier grows to such a dimension that it deflects every ray of contact from the higher worlds, or every ray coming from the world of essence and joy. Do you want this to happen? Do you want to block all the rays, beautiful rays coming from? Let us be happy in hypocrisy. I'm happy being a hypocrite. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful thing to be, a hypocrite. A hypocrite distorts reality through his personality, and he cannot come in contact with reality through his essence. His essence remains poor, and his personality runs the show. His essence remains poor, and his personality runs the show. And eventually, his personality becomes him, the essence, and his essence dries up. You might want to read this again and again. Eventually, his personality becomes him, the essence, and his essence dries up. So are you the essence or you are the personality? When I ask, who are you? The nectar gets dried up if you're a hypocrite. And there has to be something that replaces the nectar, which is the personality. And you think that your personality is the nectar, that is the real you, that is your essence. You think that you are being the real self, but actually, in actuality, you are being the personality. You're just being the personality, and you're not the essence. You're not in your true essence. You can see actors on every level of human society. It is these people who occupy their positions and to prevent qualified people from transmitting reality to society. We just have to consider this point. Are we being one of them? Are we being one of them? Hypocrites are actors. They act well. They pose themselves as knowledgeable, wisdom-filled persons. But they actually stop the knowledgeable, wisdom-filled persons to come and show the reality to the society. This is a very, very deep statement, my dear friends. Very deep statement. And it is easy to act as if one represents a great one, but it is immensely hard to keep away from hypocrisy and be a true transmitter of the teaching of a great one through a life lived according to the essence of the teaching. Joy flows through a person who is simple, straight, and real. Are you complicated or are you simple? All the questions that I'm asking right now, I would like you to ask yourself at one point or the other in your life. Are you simple or complicated? And remember this point, no one else is responsible for your complicacy. No one else is responsible. Oh, because of that person, I am like this, because of this person, because she did that, because he did that, I am like this. No. Take responsibility of the state that you are in, what you are, who you are, and you will simplify yourself. Life is simple. The mind is complicated, and it makes your life complicated. And then we come to the sixth point, my dear friends. Revenge, greed, hatred, fear, anger, and jealousy, all are enemies of joy. Revenge, greed, hatred, fear, anger, and jealousy are all enemies of joy. If you want to be joy, if you want to become joy, take off all these hindrances from your life, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your intentions, your speech, your actions. As simple as that. The seventh one, there are also 5 physical enemies which sap our joy: contamination, pollution, wrong action, harmful action, and destructive action. If you have any of these things, you cannot have joy. Keep yourself away from these enemies. Don't go by the famous saying that keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. This doesn't work out that way. Keep these enemies as far as possible from yourself. These are all physical elements, my dear friends. Physical. Like living in a polluted area, living in a contaminated environment. These also can sap your joy from within you. What else can increases our joy? Joy increases through faith. Increase your faith, trust, inclusiveness, sincerity, simplicity, clear thinking, and righteousness. Meditate, observe, and discipline yourself. This is how you can cultivate the garden of joy. I am repeating the factors: faith, trust, inclusiveness, sincerity, simplicity, clear thinking, and righteousness. Peace and tranquility increase your joy. Be peaceful. Try to be as peaceful as possible. And peace comes through meditation. When you're peaceful inside, nothing outside of you will affect you, no matter what is happening outside. And harmlessness increases your joy. Are you being harmless in your intentions, thoughts, emotions, words, and actions? Are you harmless? And every time you do a harmful act, physically, mentally, or emotionally, your joy, poof, gone. Aspiration increases your joy. Aspiration is a drive to have a higher state of feeling, enjoyment, and experience. Aspiration. What do you aspire for? What are you aspiring for? What do you want? What do you want to do? Are we just going with the flow? Or like, what exactly is happening with us? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to land? We're flying, but where do you want to land? We say that we want to be enlightened. We say that we want to have moksha. We say that what is it? Have you ever defined a moksha or nirvana or enlightenment? Do you exactly know where to land? Do you have the GPS? Devotion increases your joy. In devotion, you focus all your heart into a great beauty. Devotion is a sort of commitment to yourself, commitment to humanity. Health increases your joy. If you're not healthy, you lose your joy. Dynamism and enthusiasm increase your joy. If, for example, you are washing your dishes with hatred and anger and cursing them, your joy evaporates. But if you're laboring with enthusiasm, you increase your joy. See, my dear friends, so many things will increase your joy. I'm sure that at least now we have a clear vision about joy. We have a clear vision about joy now. We now know what brings us joy and how to increase our happiness and what kind of things we need to avoid so that they do not become hindrances to our joy. We now know. We now know. So then, how to bring love and joy to people? How to bring love and joy to people? Disciples have an inner fountain of joy and love, which streams forth into their lives and nourishes people around them. Very often, it is the joy and love of a disciple that attract people to the path of enlightenment and labor. Why do people want to work with you? Why should people work with you? Because you're joyful. Because you're enthusiastic in your labor. Because you have that inner fountain of joy, which brings people together. That is why I want to work with you. Why should I work with you? Why would I want to work with you? Because you have that inner fountain. The ageless wisdom teaches that love and joy are particular kinds of energies which have three fundamental tasks in the human kingdom. First one is they make life forms exist, create, and survive. The second fundamental task is they help the formation of the soul or the identity in man. We have this belief system that we are born with ready-made souls. We need to build our souls. We need to build our souls with joy. We need to build our souls with compassion. We need to build our souls with beauty, with freedom, with righteousness, with generosity, with love, with wisdom, with inclusiveness. We need to build our souls. They create the atmosphere in which creativity is in its highest meaning becomes possible, and that's a third fundamental task. So what is your fundamental task? Which one is yours? What are you helping with? Anyone? No one? All the three? It's up to you. The two energies, love and joy, are feminine and masculine. They penetrate into each atom and cell and try to inspire them and conceive in them the possibility of growing and surpassing their limits. They have similar effects on each form, on each family, on each nation, and on humanity. Joy turns into bliss in higher realms. When you go even deeper, even higher, you will create bliss. That is the next step. First is happiness, second is joy, and the third one is bliss. And it is in bliss that all suffering, pain, and separation vanish, and man feels one with all that exists. And the transformation of people starts not through knowledge, but through joy. The deeper you enter into joy, the better is a human being who forms within your shell. And the tragedy is that we do not know how to penetrate deeper levels of joy. And that, because of our ignorance, we prevent people from penetrating into the spheres of joy. Because we do not know, we do not allow others from doing it. Once we know, we will help everyone to know. Joy regenerates your system, your body, it purifies your emotions, it transforms and enlightens your mind. It helps in the formation of the pearl, which we call the human soul. The first thing that the energies of love and joy do is to condition the continuity of life on this planet. What do love and joy do, my dear friends? This is what they do. Okay? And the second thing they do is to nourish the immortal human soul. When they fuse with each other in a human being, it is after such a fusion that man becomes an individual, a living soul, instead of being a machine. This stage is called the formation of the pearl in the human heart. Until that pearl is built, you have no conscious immortality, although you do exist as everything else exists. This is what I mean when I say build your soul, my dear friends. The apparatuses through which the energies of love and joy function are the etheric, astral, and mental vehicles through which survival becomes possible, the heart center, and the spiritual triad. The heart center is in which the formation of the soul takes place. That is why we stress so much on heart. Your heart center. Your heart should bloom. then it should be put on fire. Heart center, my dear friends. Love and joy, your heart. And then the spiritual triad, in which the human soul unfolds its divine will after the soul is unfolded in the heart. Love, joy, energy operates in the spiritual triad and manifests as bliss. I will tell you what spiritual triad is. All right. So the law is this: love increases in loving more, joy increases in giving more joy to others. Laws always have two sides, the promotive side and the restrictive side. The restrictive side of the law says that when the substances of law and joy do not gradually penetrate, this we will listen to later. Let's get back to the apparatuses. All right. Every effort to harmonize the energy needs an apparatus. What is an apparatus? It is a, the quantity that we see, the amount, the testing thing that we see, the apparatus. Okay. That is the apparatus. They must be ready. They must be built to function in order to accumulate energy. The first apparatus is the physical, astral, and mental bodies. Okay. It's built when one overcomes habits and lives a clean life, when he conquers all negative, painful emotions, and when he eliminates from his thinking all harmful thoughts. Easy, hard, tough, simple, you decide. Each to his own. Second apparatus is the heart center. It's built, nourished, and unfolded through love energy. And the third apparatus is the spiritual triad. It's built through a life of joy in sacrificial service. The more you love, the more joy, and the more labor you are, the more life you are. Think about that. Everything that is against love, against joy, against labor shortens life. And all harmful thoughts, emotions, words, and actions that are accumulated year after year make our life shorter, painful, and joyless. What do you want to become, joyful or joyless? Hatred, separatism, anger, jealousy, revenge, malice, slander, fanaticism, and ego, all of this germinate because of the absence of joy, love, and labor. Crime is the absence of joy, love, and labor. My dear friends. And our greatest enemies were once upon a time our friends. Whom do you treat as your enemies? Do you treat anyone as your enemies? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. So our greatest enemies were once upon a time our friends. And they became our enemies because we tried to let the energy of love climb up. But love energy was stuck in them and was serving a separate interest. And thus, a disciple becomes a Judas. Wine turns into vinegar. How must we protect the personality? To absorb love, joy, and increase will substance in our vehicles, to make them survive in this life for a few hundred years and continue surviving on other levels. Okay, I'll just skip back to, okay. These questions have to be asked by yourself, to yourself, okay? Practical steps to increase love and joy. Anything that you feel is against love and joy in the expressions of others or within yourself must be approached first with analytical mind and asking yourself the following questions. Okay. First question is, what makes him or me think that way, speak that way, write that way, or be that way? What makes him or me think that way, speak that way, write that way, or be that way? After asking this question, try to search for as many answers as possible. And if you're frank and sincere with yourself, this will lead you to the causes. And try to approach this question with no anger, hatred, or fear, so that you do not distort the mechanism of your seeing eye. And then ask these questions as well. What does he or do I want to accomplish with such behavior? Whom is he or am I trying to serve? Can I give a little dosage of love and joy and make him wait a minute in his downfall? How can I formulate and express my love and joy so that I do not create resistance, vanity, superiority, or congestion in him? In trying to answer these questions, you pull yourself out from the emotional sphere and prevent an emotional reaction. The second step is to sit in meditation daily, relax and focus your mind on a pink colored sphere of energy with violet waves, and inhale it into your whole being. Visualize love, joy being absorbed into your body. As you exhale, visualize it purifying all your being from thoughts and feelings that are harmful, ugly, or shameful. And the third step is to make a list of those to whom you can send thoughts of love and joy, those to whom you can send thoughts of love and joy through letters, those to whom you can send thoughts of love and joy through certain gifts, money or objects or plants or whatever you want. This is how you can bring joy to people. So when these 3 steps are carried on for a period of 1 year, you will see 3 things happening to you. You will feel more health and have more strength. You will create a focus on yourself and integrity, which is the formation of the soul. And you will feel the breezes of an inner bliss, which will uplift you from all the agitations on your life. Just read through this, my dear friends. What does love mean? You increase your love and joy by giving them to others who do not have them in a way that you evoke from them love and joy and make them experience the value of love and joy. You make others aware of how love and joy increase if they are given out to those who do not have them. To love does not mean to surrender to weakness, to accept things that are harmful, to tolerate laziness, to encourage weakness and irresponsibility, to accept ugliness, to exploit people, or to put people into sleep. To love means to call forth the sense of responsibility, to point out the weaknesses of people have, to challenge people to strive and attain, to make people work on their habits and their weaknesses and eliminate them, to make them learn how to cooperate and overcome their egos, to make them engage in great labor for humanity, to teach them how to overcome their vanities. This is what love means. And what is your kind of love? To give joy does not mean to flatter people, to bribe people, to please people, to yield to people's appetites and habits, to allow people to deceive you, to allow people to follow a destructive path. How can we give greater joy to others? By making them see facts, by giving them vision, hope, and future, by teaching them how to solve their problems, by helping them to contact their inner watch, by helping them to increase their creativity, by making them be grateful, giving, and sharing, and by helping them to give joy to others. When you love, you have joy. When you have joy and love, you become creative. You have purpose because you have soul. When you love and joy, when love and joy increase in you, you feel the urge to act, to work, to labor, and to manifest the beauty and glory of the inner self. And these are the other ways that you can give joy to others. By appreciating their beauty, their talents, and by promoting their creativity. By giving proper gifts and meeting the needs. By visiting your beloved ones or those who are sick. By writing letters of encouragement, affirmation, and enlightenment. By spreading hope. By speaking about the future and by inspiring courage. Okay. Joy is very necessary in our lives, isn't it, my dear friends? Okay, we are all done with this and we finally come to this thing. The first enemy is fear. Okay, there are 7 enemies of joy, my dear friends. First one is fear. Second one is anger. Third one is greed, as you have already seen. And the fourth one is hatred. Okay. Fifth one is ugliness. The sixth one is any action which is not based on goodwill. I've prepared a rather elaborate presentation on joy. Okay. A joyful person is the simplest person, the most straightforward person, and the most profound person. And you always understand him, but you always find something deeper in him. When you unveil one depth, another depth opens up. Communicate with joy, work with joy. Be joyful in all your relationships and even observe your failures with joy, in joy. Of any failure observed in joy changes itself into success and victory, and any problems observed in joy dissolve. Joy is for infinity. Joy is for changelessness. Joy is the witness of the imperishability of the human flame. So finally, my dear friends, we come to the last slide of the presentation. Rejoice. This is not a handshake or a hello. This is not a kiss or an embrace. It is an act of charging people with the energy of joy. It is an act of uplifting them from the waves of the 3 worlds and holding them in beauty, in gratitude, in courage, in hope, in vision, and in reality. Rejoice. Joy is a fragrance rising out from the inner chalice and ever singing melody. In great humility, in great simplicity, enter into the inner sanctuary and see the chalice. Look at the flame in the chalice, the fire of bliss, and place your lips on the chalice and taste the contents. Then enter into the ecstasy of love, joy, and bliss. Okay, wonderful. Sirisha, can you please stop my presentation? Stop the sharing because I'm unable to do so. Can I stop the sharing, Sirisha?
No, it's not possible to stop sharing. Let me. I'm checking this a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful. Are you joyful right now? Inspired? Do you know how to be joyful now? Do you know what to do? Do you know where to act upon? Do you know what stops you? Do you know what joy is? I'm sorry, Sirisha, if I've taken too much of time. I know I promised you I'd do it for only for 1 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. Shall we do meditation? After that, we'll take Q&A.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So I'll do a short meditation on joy, if that's okay with all of you. Yeah. All right. So we will all meditate on joy right now.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll now sit in a relaxed position. Please take your spectacles off. Just relax yourself. Now that you're in a very joyful state. Let us spread that joy to others through our meditation. So fold your legs, clasp your hands, close your eyes, and start observing your breath. physically, emotionally, and mentally. Inhale joy deep into your being and exhale joy. Inhale joy. Exhale joy. Inhale joy. Exhale joy. Focus your consciousness above your head. And visualize a beautiful rainbow between two mountains. You can see a wonderful rainbow between two mountains. What a beauty it is. You can see the beauty, the magnificence of this wonderful rainbow. Let the beauty of this rainbow fill your whole nature with joy. 3, 2, 1. Rub your hands together and place them on your eyes. Gently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently open your eyes, my dear friends. And at the end of every day, once you do this meditation in the morning, start with this meditation in the morning. And at the end of the day, just ask yourself, was I joyful all day? Do I see the wisdom of joy in action? What effects do I see in my nature and in the natures of those whom I relate? That's it. Yes, Sirisha.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Your wisdom made us to think, are we really joyful? So much clarity you given today, so many hindrances, and it's what is a joy and how to improve our joy and how to give joy to others. So many things you explained today. My heartfelt gratitude to you, madam. Thank you so much for accepting my request. Thank you so much. Meditation, it's a very short meditation, but it's very really energetic. It's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sirisha. Thank you. And I'm happy that I'm here sharing my joy with you to make you more joyful, more happy, more content with yourself. And I'm trying to give you strength to fight your own obstacles in your own life so that you come out victorious. And I'm sure you will come out victorious. I do not have any iota of doubt in that you will come victorious. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if anyone wants to share their experience,
Yeah.
please.
Can anyone wants to share your experience or questions? Please raise your hands. It's any chat. Any questions in the chat? Yeah. Shanu, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, Shanu.
Hi, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you so much. As you know, I think you were just like the topic for me, just like the topic you chose today, because I was today my BP was high and I was not fully myself. And as soon as I heard your voice, it just seemed like everything calm. So I really want to thank you so much and so much wisdom, so many things that we never thought about, like about being a hypocrite, or sometimes we, as you were saying, like you are not feeling good and somebody comes and we're like all joyful, and we do, I mean, at least I do that. So there is so much more things to think about, and being more of what essence is. Like I never thought that way. Sometimes you are just like personality, as you were saying, like what, and we don't stay still to think about the essence. So that was really powerful for me today. And I want to thank you. And the meditation was like so deep, really deep. So thank you so much. So good to see you. So good to hear from you again. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Shanu. Thank you so much. And yes, joy has to be in all of us. And it is in all of us. It will always be in all of us. So there's nothing to worry about, nothing, just be joyful. And everything will fall into place.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shanu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanu.
Thank you, all the masters. Thank you.
So Kalidas is here. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, you can unmute.
Madam, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. I think joy is such a having profound importance. Health, wealth, joy. Can I say in that order, or joy and health and wealth? Maybe I'll have to find out myself. So I want to ask, are joy and happiness one and the same?
You tell me.
So yeah, at a nutshell, I think happiness is something like you look at somebody smiling, like your kid smiling, or that will make you happy, or or you win something, like you get somebody say you did a good job or whatever. But joy is something that should be in your inner self. But again, I think joy meaning being happy. So that kind of same.
That's okay. We are all trying to figure out what happiness and joy and bliss is. The first step is happiness, wherein we feel happiness is more physical and emotional, and joy is more on a mental level, on a higher mind level, not the lower mind level, but on a higher mind level. As we said, the light, when the light fills into the mental body, okay, that is when we feel joy. And happiness is more physical, emotional. It is only on these two areas, these two planes. And joy is much of a higher level. And then bliss is even of a higher level. So we start with happiness, with temporary. Joy remains for a long time. As you said, when you see a child smile, you feel happy. And that happiness, if it lasts longer, then it is called joy. If it is temporary, then it is called happiness. Oh, I feel happy. Okay. Now what?
Yeah.
So if it has to bring joy, and that is what it is. And when we remove all those obstacles which we just learned, you will feel joy. You just have to release yourself, that you release your true self. That is when joy will release, that inner fountain will just flow out. So we have learned how to be happy. We know what is happiness. We know what brings us happiness. That being said and done, we need to go a step further to joy and then to bliss.
Thank you. Is there any book you would recommend, like, or some material to read, like, which is not a heavy book, like a
the book that I've just taken this all subject from, this is called Joy and Healing, written by Torquem Seradian. That is the same book that I've done. It is not a very big book. It is a very small book. Okay, you can read that. And there are many exercises also on joy. So you can even, do those exercises. See, the only agenda is to bridge the gap between meditation and your personality, your soul and your personality. What you feel in meditation, if it comes into your actual life, then that is actualization. So you have to bridge the gap between your personality and the soul, and that is what spirituality is all about. So I recommend you to read that book, Joy and Healing by Torquem Seradian. And there are many other books which I will put out to Sirisha, and she will pass on to you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to you and thank you all the masters. This JTTP is a wonderful program. I mean,
Yes.
it is like we are doing 21 days, but I think it's just the beginning of our journey. I feel everybody has to do some reading and do meditate and meet other masters. So I'm just telling to myself because we keep forgetting, it's such a busy life. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kalidas. Lakshmi, can you unmute yourself? And can you switch on your camera? Yeah. Thank you. You can unmute. Not. Just a minute. No? It's not unmuting. Okay, maybe I'll try. Mahi, can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Okay. Today's session was great. Thank you. My heart is racing. I don't know why, but this has been a great experience for me. I have joined this on the recommendation of Chandni, actually. She's a great friend and well-wisher of mine. I had to learn a lot about PSSM, and all I wanted to say today is, Parinitha ma'am, the things that you said today, they resonated with me so much. All we are today is conditioning. It's just social conditioning. And we have to unlearn a lot of things to bring our true self out. And that's a lifelong journey. And that's what I'm working on. And there is a war going on between your conditioned self and your true self. And that's what comes out as mental ailments. I have suffered with depression myself, and I still do. I have phases when I'm really low. I'm just disconnected with everything and with myself. And I have tried, I'm a pharmacist myself. I don't believe that medication is the only solution. And that's the reason I have been trying other things. I have tried yoga that helped me calm my body down and connect to my breath. And meditation, I never thought I could do meditation. I'm still working on it. I can only sit for 15 minutes. And that too, I'm not thoughtless, but that's okay. I can sit quietly for 15 minutes and be happy with myself, actually feel the joy. And that's such a blessing. I am just grateful for my life today. I'm grateful for everything and everybody that's around me. And thank you. Thank you for creating this family for us. And I just wish more people find you guys like I did. And I'll do my part to let people know, let the people I know that there is a moment that's going on and that's going to help us connect to our true selves. And thank you so much, each and every one of you, for giving your quality time to help us connect to our true self.
Thank you, Mahi,
all I
for
have.
your kind words.
Yes.
You're beautiful.
Thank you so much. You are wonderful. You're such an amazing soul. I still have to learn more about Patriji sir. I want to learn more. I want to read his books. Yeah, there is a lot to learn.
Yes. He is the foundation of PSSM. He's the person that we all learned from. We all got our knowledge from, and he is the one who created this family, this loving family, this beautiful family called PSSM.
Yep. And thanks to you for continuing that. And thanks to each and every master who is in here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mahi, for expressing a nice comment. Thank you. Do we have question in the chat? Actually, she's asking Lakshmi, she's unable to unmute. So that she asked, when we are in sad or depression, it's all low vibrations, right? So how do we overcome? How do we feel joy from that state? She's asking, I think. That's what.
Okay. First of all, you're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be low. You're allowed to be vulnerable. You're allowed to be helpless. You're allowed. You don't have to be high all the time. You're not expected. Don't expect too much of yourself, or don't expect that, you should be that all the time. It is okay to be down. It is okay to be low. It is okay. First, accept yourself that it is okay. And then find out the reasons that you're low and work on the causes. And then you will be able to eliminate and overcome all the causes that have made you low. It can be the energy fluctuations. It can be the atmosphere around you. It can be the people around you. It can be your own self. You're not able to pull yourself out. It can be many things. Find out the causes. Pick yourself up and then be joyful. First, accept yourself as you are. You don't have to say to yourself, oh, you're not allowed to be like that. You cannot be sad. You cannot do this. No, you can. There's nothing wrong in doing that. There's nothing wrong in being sad or low, feeling low. Yes, there are sometimes when I also feel low, but I try to find the cause of it. Why did this happen? And when you find the cause of it, you will never become the cause of it again. So that is how you slowly try to overcome yourself. There will be many situations, but the first thing is to accept yourself as you are. Just accept yourself. And then do some meditation, do some self-observation, find out, overcome. Simple.
And also you said for improving the joy, giving, sharing, sacrificing, this and all helps, right? When you focus in the giving side, will improve naturally.
Yes, because joy, when you give, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling low, give joy to someone else. You will feel joyful.
Yes.
There's no other choice. You will have to feel joyful if you give joy to others. Don't say that, oh, I'm only not feeling joyful. How can I give joy to others? Give them what they need, and you will get what you need.
Okay. I hope she got answered. So next, from my phone, someone has raised. Can you unmute yourself and introduce your name? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, Sirisha, can you hear me? This
Yeah.
is Madhuri.
Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Hi, Parinitha ma'am. I'm new to PSSM. Can you hear me?
Yes. It's clear.
Yeah. I came into meditation like a miracle. My master or guided master, like anything, she is Lakshmi. And after that, Sirisha came into my life and they're guiding me. And I'm into deep. I'm in deep meditation. I don't know what is deep meditation also, and I'm going to deep meditation now. I'm very joyful after coming to meditation. My life changed. My habits changed. I don't know how so many things changed in my life. Seeing life is changed a lot. Like what I see my life before meditation and after meditation, I think lots of difference, like unable to tell also. and my home became very soothing and calming. Like before the meditation, I used to shout, and I used to, so many things happened in my life. So after meditation, it is like a very calm home, like what we call like ashraman life. It's like ashrama house. It's very good to me now. And one more thing I want to share you, ma'am. Uh, how can I read books? I'm allergic to reading books. How can I read books? If I hold a book, I'll sleep. That's all. My part of life that is done. I can sleep more other than books. If I hold my book, I'll sleep. That's all. How to handle it? My first question is, because if I see Patri sir videos or everybody in PSSM, they will tell read books, read books, read books. How can I get into books?
By reading.
No other way.
There is no other way, dear. Have to read books. Yeah, I understand. I understand you. But you don't have to, read the entire book at one go. Try starting reading with one page or one paragraph. Then slowly increase it.
Okay.
Okay, then say that today I am going to read only one paragraph.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll read the paragraph and I'll assimilate it. I'll sink it in. I'll try to apply that into my life. Then, okay. After 1 week, you say, okay, I'm going to read one page now.
Okay.
Okay, so then you read one page, you assimilate that knowledge, you apply it to your life. Then the wonderful, very good. And after 2 weeks, maybe you'll say, okay, I'll read one chapter today.
Okay. Okay.
Do that for 1 month or 2 months. Read one chapter a day, and then after that, now I can read small books.
Okay.
Slowly increase the dosage.
And it's a silly question, I know it, but without reading books, we cannot sustain, like we cannot go meditation beyond reading books. Can't be if we listen or something like that. Can't be going to meditation in a deep meditation or something like that. 3 pillars is there, no? Vegetarian, and we can we have Sajjana Sangacha, and we have to read books. I'm doing 2 things, but not the third one. That's what I'm asking.
See, Swadhyaya opens your horizons of the mind.
Okay.
Okay, your mind gets expanded, your consciousness gets expanded if you read books.
Okay.
If you don't want that to happen, don't read books.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
And one more thing. Today I went into deep meditation. I'm scolding on myself only, and what I'm scolding, I don't know. To with the anger mode, I'm scolding. Like I don't know what I'm scolding also.
Okay.
Yeah, what is that mean?
I don't know.
Thank you.
Usually, Madhuri asked so many questions like this. Only I used to talk over the phone. Today, I'm seeing her. Nice meeting. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Sirisha.
From now on, Madhuri, just letting you know, don't ask the answers for your meditation experiences to anyone, because nobody will know, only you will know.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't ask the why, just experience it, witness it, and let go of it.
Okay. Yeah.
There's no why for it, because the understanding will dawn upon you when it's the right time.
Okay.
Nobody else will know the answer. If you even ask me or Sirisha, she will tell what she knows, what she feels like. I will tell what I feel like, what I know. That's it. But what is happening to you, only you will know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madhu, for joining the JTTP.
Yeah.
Okay. Can anyone wants to share? All are done. Here, EST time 11:45.
Yeah, ma'am.
Wow.
One more question. I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like keep it to myself. I thought we'll fine ask it now.
Mhm.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful session. It's so nice, like in-depth wisdom of what joy is. And my question is like sometimes we encounter some situations wherein we tend to go into low vibrations. Like if I can say an example, last year I was in facing some interview. I know that at least 40, I just know 40% of what they asked for, but still I attended. He was asking all such things which I couldn't open my mouth. I was like so embarrassed. Then I thought, I'm meditator. Why will I be embraced? I was like imagining a Brahmi face on him and I just giggled and then instantly changed my vibration. All the questions he was asking, I don't have any answer, but joyfully had a failure on interview. So can I use such tricks? Even like if my kids mess up the room, so instead of going and cleaning all the mess I have to do, I just act a little weird thing. Oh, I'm going to clean this room now. And I start picking up. I change my vibration, get back my senses. Then I know what to do. I'll call my kid, come, let's do it. But that instant thing, I use some tricks like that. Is it okay? Or like slowly I will gain that balance. But one moment before I land up into that low vibration, can I use such tricks? Or
Okay. First of all, joy is not a trick. Joy is a state of beingness. Joy is a state of knowingness. So when you are in joy, you are 24 hours in joy. So when you are 24 hours in joy, you don't have to use these tricks in one particular situation.
Okay.
You are already in joy. You don't have to think,
Right.
oh, I have to use this trick here. There are no tricks here. There are no shortcuts. There are no, what do you say, instant reliefs, or there's nothing like that.
Okay.
See, you're in a state of beingness. Joy is a state of beingness. Joy is a state of knowingness. It is not a screwdriver where you fix things when you need it.
Okay.
All right, if you understand.
Right. Got it.
See, you're not using a screwdriver, you are the screwdriver.
Right. So
when you are the screwdriver, no matter what comes into your life, you just keep overcoming them. That's it.
okay. Yeah. So as you said, even for that 1 minute or something, instead of going for a trick, have to gain the balance.
You become that. You become joy.
Right.
See, for example, you're Lakshmi. Right? You don't use Lakshmi when you need it. You are Lakshmi.
Got it. Right.
So in other times, you're not being Lakshmi, and once in a while you use being Lakshmi. Are you being Lakshmi?
No. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow. It's a great clarity. Thank you. Thank you so much. So anyone is there?
I'm sure everybody wants to say good night now.
Yesterday we announced, madam, this is a longer session, so please stay on tune with us.
Okay.
Yeah, really, they are very sincere and good. Thank you, madam. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I'm so glad that I'm here. JTTP is doing great, amazing, wonderful work. And Sirisha and Lakshmi and all the other organizers, thank you so much. PSSM USA, PMC USA, kudos to you. Wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you next time again. Thank you.
Sure, madam. Definitely. We'll do one joy workshop, joy and healing workshop. Maybe one session is not enough. So much practice is required. Actually, so many qualities need to be improved. Once we get that joy, we feel it remains ever. Otherwise, need to practice. We should check ourselves, what hindrances are there. So we should overcome from those things. Okay, madam.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us today. Tomorrow, let us meet at same time, 9 p.m. EST and 6:30 a.m. IST with a great topic, Yoga Parampara by Prakriti Uma Mahesh Master. Let's see you tomorrow again. It's the last day. Let us celebrate tomorrow. Thank you, friends. Good night.